A good day for the Dodgers in Phoenix. Good night from Chase Field. We'll talk to you again on Tuesday. Now it's time for Dodger Talk with Bob Harvey. Bob?
All right, thank you, Charlie. Well, it was a much-needed victory for the Dodgers, and sure, it came too late, most likely, but still nice to have you with us on Dodger Talk and actually talk about a Dodger victory for the first time in a week. Welcome to Dodger Talk on KFWB News 980. I'm Bob Harvey. The Dodgers, behind Chad Billingsley and a 4-hit performance from Juan Pierre, defeat the Arizona Diamondbacks by a score of 7-1. And I don't know about you, but I really liked this lineup today. And as A. Martinez pointed out, a look at the future, maybe a look at the 2009 lineup. But it was nice to see youngsters up and down the lineup. The only exception, of course, the Juan Pierre starting in center field and leading off. But again, Pierre is not a graybeard by any stretch of the imagination. The Dodgers got another huge day from James Loney. It's almost redundant to say that, but Loney again today with 3 hits, including a home run. 3 for 5 for Loney, 2 runs scored, 2 batted in. He's now hitting .331. And if you project his home run tally, today was his 14th of the year. Check that, make it his 13th of the year. This is a guy that if you spread it out over 550 at-bats, he would have something like 25 home runs and 115 runs batted in. Not bad for one of your corner infielders. Much more Dodger Talk coming up, but we're going to turn the show over to you. 866-933-9898. 866-933-9898. Singular wireless users pound 980. Singular. The new AT&T Your World delivered. KFWB News Time. 5:31, time for traffic on the ones, and a good afternoon to Doug Dunlap.
And good afternoon to you, Bob. Good afternoon, everyone. We've got a little problem in Sylmar on the Golden State Freeway, northbound before Roxford Street. Big rig and a car. It is blocking the 3 right lanes right now. Also in Sherman Oaks on the 101 eastbound before the San Diego Freeway. Look for a ladder that has fallen into the number 2 lane. We go to Pasadena on the 210 northbound. This is at Washington Boulevard. Rollover. It's over the side into the brush along the right shoulder. In Sylmar on the 210 eastbound just past the 5. An injury crash that left 1 car on fire, and the 2 left lanes look like they are affected in this one. Santa Clarita, the Golden State southbound before Hasley Canyon Road. An injury crash. We got a car over the side in that one. And South LA on the 110 southbound at the 105. A roll of carpeting in the middle lanes right at the transition to the eastbound 105. Next, KFWB traffic on the ones at 5:41. I'm Doug Dunlap, KFWB News 980.
The series between the Diamondbacks and Dodgers is sponsored by Ziering Medical, making headlines with natural hairlines. Call 877-ZM4-HAIR.
With the football season underway and the baseball playoffs not far behind, you know you want a big screen HD TV for all the action. Where are you going to get it? Eric Tracy for the experts at Ken Crane's Big Screen headquarters. Now, as the seasons change and we head into fall is the byword, as big screen flat panel prices at Ken Crane's have fallen to their lowest prices ever. And all the go-withs, too, the things you can't find at the big box stores, all audio equipment, all HD and Blu-ray DVD players, and something you won't find even at other consumer electronics stores, the largest selection of home theater furnishings to complete the home entertainment center of your dreams. And something else this month. It's Ken Crane's at the LA County Fair. Visit the Ken Crane's Pavilion and enter to win an all-day VIP fair package that includes admission, parking, rides, food, special gifts, and great seats at the closing night concert. Also, check out the biggest plasma on the planet, Panasonic's 103-inch plasma, at the fair this month. You know you want a big screen. Where you gonna get it? At any Ken Crane's Big Screen headquarters and at the Ken Crane's Pavilion at the LA County Fair.
Now, why did Court Furniture Clearance Center hire me, John Machida Jr., America's favorite fast talker, to tell you about their instant home package sale? 18 pieces of furniture, enough to completely furnish a whole house for as little as $999.99? Because they had to. A sofa, a chair, an end table, a coffee table, a dining room table, plenty of chairs, a lamp, a mattress, a box spring frame, a headboard, a nightstand, another lamp, dresser, and mirror. Were you counting? That's 18 pieces of furniture, an instant home for just $999.99. Who does that? Court Furniture makes all their money up front when they lease their furniture to movie and TV sets, model homes, and corporate offices. When the lease is over, all the furniture must be liquidated at once. So you get it. You get it? Hurry into Court Furniture Clearance Center and get 18 pieces of furniture, an entire house for as little as $999.99. But this sale ends soon, and you'll kick yourself yourself if you miss it. Call 800-962-COURT. 800-962-CORT. Court Furniture Clearance Center. Previously leased, drastically reduced.
Who knows where great deals on new Subarus are? At Sierra Subaru of Monrovia.
The Panda knows.
That's right. At Sierra Subaru, it's one
Panda-size deal
after another. Like $1,500 customer cash on 2008 Subaru Forester 2.5X. Or $1,000 customer cash on 2008 Subaru Outback 2.5i models. Hurry in to see the all-new 2008 Impreza 5-door and the 2008 Subaru Tribeca with a more powerful engine, available 7-passenger seating, and standard all-wheel drive. It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru. Who knows where there's one Panda-size deal after another on new 2007 Subarus? At Sierra Subaru of Monrovia.
The Panda knows.
Exit the 210 freeway west of the 605 at the Giant Panda. Must take delivery from dealer stock by October 1st, 2007. Factory customer cash cannot be combined with any other incentives. Customer cash offer excludes Outback Sport models.
KFWB Dodger Talk, sponsored by the new AT&T and by Hooters Hotel Las Vegas. Sleep with someone you know. Book your room online or call 866-LV-HOOTS. Nissan of downtown L.A., where the customer is always number one.
The Dodgers avoid a sweep in Arizona. In fact, avoid a sweep on this road trip as they beat the Diamondbacks by a score of 7-1. And great effort by one Chad Billingsley today as he ups his record to 12-5. And Billingsley, again, getting kind of high with the pitch count. 95 pitches today, and Grady pulled him after 5 2/3 innings. But Billingsley, 12-5, and with a winning percentage like that, should put him up there in the Brad Penny neighborhood. But I've said it, and I think a lot of Dodger fans agree that Billingsley has been the team's best pitcher in the second half of the season. 866-933-9898, that's our number, and let's get started here. First up is Lou from West L.A. And Lou, before you get started, I wanted to thank you for the nice letter to the L.A. Times this weekend.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. It's just how I felt.
All right, well, I appreciate that. So what do you think of this lineup today?
Well, I got really very little to say about the lineup today. Mm-hmm. They could be the lineup of the future. They had one good game. Billingsley looked sharp. I think Loney, as I've always said, is going to be a great ball player. I'm really disturbed by some of the things that we're hearing from Jeff Kent. Whether or not they're true remains to be seen. If they are true, and Kemp and Loney turn out to be arrogant jerks, the fans of LA are in for a lot of misery over the next few years.
Right.
But look, the Angels celebrated today out in their field, and Vinny never mentioned it, and I don't think Rick did either. And I thought that was kind of strange. It's tough to watch being a Dodger fan, but a couple things to say here. Bob, ironically, the most coherent and truthful articles I've read about the Dodgers all season appeared in the last two editions of the Times, and were written by a rather unlikely source, the sarcastic, vitriolic, and sometimes downright mean T.J. Simers.
Right.
But they were actually fairly serious articles in which, Simers basically accuses Ned Colletti of being an obsequious lackey who toes the line dictated by the owner. And Simers calls him out, basically saying, let's see what kind of GM you really are,
Mm-hmm.
And I agree with the article. He just sort of poured my sentiments out on the page the last 2 days. He said next year it will be the young leading the younger unless Colletti really does have what it takes, a shrewd baseball man making the case that youth must be dealt here and there for just the right performer to bring it all together on the big stage in L.A.
Right.
There are questions about LaRoche's makeup and ability. Who knows if a moody Andre Ether could take to another level. The best hope is they all turn out to be just like Russell Martin.
Mm-hmm.
Odds are some will, some won't. It's Colletti's job to figure that out before anyone else, make his own moves and mark as a GM, and stop the disgraceful Dodger slide, now 2 decades in the making. But right now there's no reason to believe that'll happen.
Right. Now you're reading from the Times in the article written by
right.
T.J. Simers. Okay.
Yeah, these are quotes from T.J. Simers' article. And I got to tell you, Bob, I think it's Colletti. I think it's Little. I think it's McCourt. I think it's the players. It's all of them. I wonder if someone references the time Lasorda decided to pitch to Clark.
Oh.
Frank McCourt even knows what they're talking about. He's not an L.A. Dodger fan, Bob. He's a Boston businessman. And in today's article, Simers writes, the fans' willingness to accept whatever is thrown their way has allowed McCourt to preach patience while telling everyone he's all about future championships, not just one, although it would seem to be a good start. You know, while on a stop to Michigan, McCourt recently told the Saginaw News, according to Simers, we could have had any player out there at the trading deadline, but our young talent is that good, we want to stick with these kids. They're going to give us a winner in L.A. for years to come. Well, Bob, how does he know that? Couldn't the owners of Tampa Bay with B.J. Upton and Delmond Young and you know, Carlos Pena, the owners of Minnesota, KC, Pittsburgh, and Cincinnati have all said the same thing?
Mm-hmm.
And sure, the young guys look good, especially, you know, Kemp and Loney and Martin, but good enough to win a pennant without strong veteran talent mixed in? Could the Mets be winning their division with just Reyes, Wright, and John Maine, or do they need Beltran, LaDuca, and Delgado?
Well, you bring up, Lou, you bring up great points, and I'm not sure that I have the answers for it. I just think that as far as the Dodgers are concerned, and Lou, I'm going to run to a traffic break, but as always, great call, and appreciate you bringing those points to our attention. Have a good one.
All right.
As Lou pointed out, you probably, not probably, you have to have that veteran mix, but I think you got to have the right veterans. And if, as Jeff Kent has alluded to, I mean, you haven't heard from him specifically or heard him call out guys specifically, but Lou did mention a couple that Jeff Kent feels probably are not respectful of the game. Let's hope that's not the case, but the Dodgers have got to fix this during the offseason. And again, in defense of Frank McCourt, he did give Ned Colletti a couple of, like I say, nice-sized checks to go out and get some free agents. As history will show, these were probably not prudent free agent signings. But that was then. That's the past. How do the Dodgers fix the future? How does this team with the third highest payroll in baseball turn things around and make this team a 90-win club and make this team a consistent contender in the NL West and make this team a perennial playoff team? Those are the big questions, and if you've got the answers or suggestions, I'd love to hear from you. 866-933-9898, 866-933-9898, KFWB News Time. 541, going to check your drive now. Traffic on the ones. Here's Doug Dunlap.
All right, Bob. West Covina, San Bernardino Freeway westbound before Azusa Avenue. We've got a stalled car. It's in the center divider, but the tow trucks there are in the left lanes, and they're going to try to move it over to the right, so expect some delays. Sherman Oaks, the 101, eastbound before the San Diego Freeway. They've cleared a ladder out of the number 2 lane. In Sylmar, the 210, eastbound just past the 5 interchange. A car is on fire, and that's blocking the 2 left lanes. Also in Sylmar, on the 5 northbound, before Roxford Street, a big rig and a car colliding. They're clearing that from the 3 right lanes. Santa Clarita, Golden State, southbound, before Hasley Canyon, an injury crash. Car ended up going over the side of the road. And South L.A. on the 110, southbound at the 105. We had a roll of carpeting in the middle lanes for a while. They have cleared that, but a little bit of slowing does remain. KFWB traffic sponsored by IHOP. It's fruit crepe fever at IHOP. Delectable crepes filled with sweet cream cheese and luscious fruit, served with all your favorites, starting at $4.99 at participating locations. IHOP, come hungry, leave happy. Next, KFWB traffic on the ones at 5:51. I'm Doug Dunlap, KFWB News 980.
Feel like a rock star with LasVegasTickets.com. Best seat to any event, championship boxing, or the greatest shows, LasVegasTickets.com has you covered. LasVegasTickets.com. They always come through in the clutch.
Men and women, if you've got 10 to 30 pounds or more to lose, please listen carefully. Guys, many of us tend to overeat. We eat too much red meat, fast foods, and processed foods. This keeps the belly flabby and keeps our bodies overweight. Ladies, have you ever said, I feel fat today? Or do you have this bloated feeling? And how many of you have been trying to lose the same 10 to 20 pounds for years? There's a healthy and faster way to lose weight than any diet pill. It's called EverCleanse, a clinically proven weight loss and detox formula that helps you lose weight and get rid of the 5 to 25 pounds of waste that some experts say is trapped to the colon walls like spackle or paste. 2 weeks of EverCleanse may be equal to months of dieting. It's simple, too. Natural, tasteless crystals that dissolve in any food or beverage. EverCleanse will flatten out your midsection, reduce love handles, and bellies and bloating have been disappearing in just days. You see, EverCleanse gets rid of the weight you can't take off by exercising or starving yourself on a diet. And it's not something you have to take for the rest of your life. Visit us at EverCleanse.com or call now to receive a very special offer.
Try EverCleanse risk-free. Call 1-800-337-7217. 1-800-337-7217. That's 1-800-337-7217.
My name is Michael Totaro of the law firm of Totaro & Shanahan. We proudly help people file for bankruptcy protection. You've heard my ads in the past, but this time I want to talk frankly. Bankruptcy is not a dirty word. It is a tool to get your financial life in order and relieve the crushing stress of debt. I stop foreclosures, wipe out debt, and give you financial freedom. Financial disorganization is like a disease. You don't want to confront the fact that you cannot pay your bills or need help. As a result, I hear the phrase, "I don't want to do anything yet." That is a classic response of a person whose head is in the sand and running from the fact they are bankrupt but don't know it. You cannot solve your financial problems by yourself. No one can help you as much as an attorney. We are here and trained to help. Call me at 800-541-2802. That's 800-541-2802. Again, 800-541-2802.
My name is Clay Coker. One rainy night a few years back, I dragged myself into the hospital and found I had a deadly form of cancer, one that was growing rapidly. I needed help, and I needed it fast. Luckily, I got it from a pharmaceutical company named Novartis. Together, Novartis and I drove my cancer into remission in just 60 days. I've been in complete remission for over 6 years, and I've started my life anew. I met the woman of my dreams. We got married, and I'm not looking back.
Novartis is proud to be the innovative force that's bringing new hope and optimism to millions of patients and their families. No one can promise what the future holds for cancer patients. But today, Clay Coker is winning the battle against his particular form of cancer and loving his new life.
Life's great when you get a second chance.
Novartis. Think what's possible.
KFWB Dodger Talk is sponsored by the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. The LA County Sheriffs are hiring. Call 1-800-A-DEPUTY or visit LASD.org. Jiffy Lube, the well-oiled machine. And by your Southern California Cadillac dealer.
3-1 to count. Edgar Gonzalez ready. Back he comes, and there's a high fly ball into deep right center towards the pool area. And it is in the pool area for a home run. So Tony Abreu drives one into the pen about 390 feet away.
The Hall of Famer Vin Scully describing the splashdown of Tony Abreu's home run. Abreu, little guy that shows a lot of pop, and that was one of 7 runs the Dodgers would put on the board this afternoon. 7-1 victory over Arizona. That snaps a 7-game losing streak. And for the Dodgers, their first win on the road trip. Now they're headed home. A day off tomorrow, and then the final 6, 3 against Colorado and 3 against the Giants. Back to the phones we go. Joining us on Dodger Talk is Joe from Monrovia. Hey, Joe, welcome to the show. How you doing today?
Good evening.
How are you?
Bob, I'm doing fine, Bob. I'm going to bring up a set of points. I don't know, if other callers will agree with this or not, but I'm just going to speak my mind with this. First of all, I think this owner, he seems to care more about. Maybe his wife's involved with it too. I don't know. The appearance of the stadium. When you hear and read in the paper that they're going to spend $70 million to change the colors of the seats or something like that, and I've been sitting there thinking that they use that to get a couple quality ball players.
Joe, I want to jump in. I think we've had this discussion before. What goes on as far as off the field with. Renovations at Dodger Stadium or Dodger charities, etc. That's a separate thing. We talk baseball here on Dodger Talk, and what the McCourts do with their money, really, is their business. If he wants to take $70 million and paint the seats, that's his prerogative. The Dodgers, certainly like any business, have a budget, and part of the budget is allocated to players and managers and coaches and so forth and so on. And let's go to Denny in the Valley. Denny, welcome to Dodger Talk. How are you?
Hey, Bob. Good. I just want to congratulate you on what you've done with this show.
Oh, thank you.
I've been with you for quite a while. I haven't called for a while, but I've been reading the papers, and I think you've done a tremendous job. And I actually finally realized that people do listen to the show.
Well, excuse me, and that's what has been such a great thrill for me this year is that people have spoken out and said this is the kind of talk show they want after the Dodger games, where they've got a chance to express their opinions and not have the host cut them off because it might be negative or something.
No, stick to your guns. And if 98 doesn't pick up the show next year, whoever does, if they have anywhere near what you've done, I think would be tremendous.
Well, thank you.
But Lou, I have to agree with everything he said. When I read Plasch's article the other day, and I read T.J. Simmer's last two articles, I'm afraid I have nothing more for him to say. They're pretty much right on the money. And I don't blame Grady Little for all this. I had one person I can really point things at would be Coletti. He makes a lot of big mistakes, and things have got to be redone, and I don't know how they're going to do it because, I'm get to my age. I'm 60 years old, and I don't have time to wait for another 5 or 10 years for them to win. I'm like every fan who the biggest losers in this whole situation are the fans.
Absolutely.
Big time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I can't, I can't make the point any better than you did. Denny, you still there?
Oh, yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm here. But that's what makes me mad. The fans lose big time. And no one says, we don't get paid millions of dollars to watch them play baseball. They get paid a lot of money. The season's over. They go home, and they can then take it easy. It really kills me when they lose. And that's my wife. I take it out on her. So it's really a difficult situation to deal with. And you have a lot of good listeners, a lot of good callers, and they've all made some great points throughout the season. I just hate to see you guys be gone. But thank you for letting us express our opinions. It's meant a lot to me.
All right. Well, Denny, you're more than welcome. And to follow up on that, and thank you, Denny, for the call, and my best to your wife too. The Dodgers haven't made at least publicly an announcement on where their radio is going to be in 2008. We hear all sorts of rumors. We hear one day we hear it's going to be KFWB. Another day we hear it's not. So until we are informed otherwise, I can tell you this. We've got 6 more games to do on KFWB. That means 6 more Dodger Talks and 6 more very enjoyable hours for me, and I mean that sincerely. KFWB News Time. 5:51, time for traffic on the ones. Here is Doug Dunlap.
A little problem in Pasadena on the 210 northbound at West Washington Boulevard. A car has rolled over and then gone over the side into the brush. In Montebello, the 60 westbound at San Gabriel Boulevard, a stalled car. It's sitting in the left lane. Traffic does look to be moving fairly well, though, so just stay along on the right side. Ontario, on the 10 eastbound at I-15, a multi-car crash with injuries. They're over on the right side, but traffic is slow. Also getting word of a new problem in Hollywood on the Hollywood Freeway southbound at Sunset. Looks like a stalled car may be out in lanes. And in Atwater Village on the Golden State southbound before the Glendale Freeway, an accident there. That has the 2 left lanes shut down. Next, KFWB traffic on the ones at 6:01. I'm Doug Dunlap, KFWB News 980.
KFWB News Time at 5:52. I'm Michael Chappé with today's top stories. Underpaid, overpaid, sometimes not paid at all. LA Unified school teachers are going to start protesting this week the ongoing problem of the district's troubled payroll system. Teachers will boycott after-school activities. The problem's been going on since February. The district says that there is a fix in the works. A liberal Pasadena church is now demanding an apology from the IRS. The IRS said that an anti-war sermon at All Saints Church the Sunday before the 2004 presidential elections constituted political intervention. It did not, though, revoke the church's tax-exempt status. About 34,000 people turned out in Newport Beach this morning for the 16th annual Coleman Race for Cure to battle breast cancer. The turnout helped raise about $3 million. DWP and Edison crews have restored power to all the homes and businesses that were left without electricity after this weekend's quirky late summer thunderstorms. During the worst of the outages, about 130,000 Edison customers lost power, along with about 27,000 DWP customers. And crews are still working to reopen Forest Lawn Drive in time for tomorrow morning's rush hour commute. About 3,000 tons of dirt has to be trucked to a dump site. The mudslide happened during the weekend rainstorm. The area was burned in last May's Griffith Park fire. Public health officials are warning people to avoid Southern California's coastal waters for a couple of days now. They say that the rain has sent water containing pollutants down storm drains, which could cause bacteria levels to rise in ocean water. Swallowing bacteria in the water could create diarrhea, fever, and stomachache. This weekend's rainy weather gave firefighters the break that they needed in the San Bernardino National Forest. A wildfire that charred more than 14,000 acres in 9 days is now fully contained. However, a stretch of Highway 18 is still closed near the Big Bear Dam because of falling rocks and boulders. And Hillary Rodham Clinton says that she has now learned from the past. The Democratic presidential hopeful discussed her plan for universal health care on several talk shows today. She says that she will not repeat mistakes that doomed similar efforts when she was First Lady. I'm Michael Chappé. More Dodger Talk with Bob Harvey's next.
This is Elizabeth Alexander from Nick Alexander Imports, LA's #1 BMW and Mini dealer. I recently bumped into a longtime customer who was returning his 5 Series at lease end. As we were talking, I couldn't help but notice that his car was in absolutely pristine condition. Makes sense. These vehicles come with BMW's zero-cost maintenance and Nick Alexander's free flatbed pickup and delivery for all factory scheduled maintenance. If you're looking for a pampered, low-mileage, certified pre-owned BMW, come visit us today. We cherry-pick only the most well-maintained vehicles, so our selection can't be beat. And since we're in the wholesale district, our prices won't be beat either. For example, come down before September 30th and get low 2.9 APR financing on all 2004 certified pre-owned 3s, 5s, 7s, and X3s. That's 2.9 APR for up to 48 months on approved credit. Call 800-800-NIC for details and directions, or visit us on the web at alexanderbmw.com. We're centrally located to all of Southern California in the wholesale district. That's 800-800-NIC. And remember, Nick can't say no.
There's nothing small about today's small business. Big hours make up big work weeks. Every meeting is a big meeting. Every call is a big call. When the only printer for all the computers breaks down, it's a big problem. And now, thanks to Aflac, even small business insurance has gone big. Introducing Aflac for small business.
Now, your small business can have the same great Aflac products and service the big guys get.
For more information, call 1-800-99-AFLAC or visit AFLACSB.com.
Aflac!
For small business, American Family Life Assurance Company of Columbus. Aflac.
Hey, let's go to my house for an Ovaltine milkshake. I love chocolate Ovaltine shakes. Let's go!
Isn't it snack time for the kids?
Let's make them Ovaltine milkshakes.
I'll get out the ice cream and milk.
And I'll get the rich chocolate Ovaltine.
Hey, this is Mama's making Ovaltine shakes. Yes, I love her Ovaltine shakes. Yeah!
Now I'll add the rich chocolate Ovaltine.
And I'll get the glasses.
Mom, we're home.
Who wants an Ovaltine shake?
I do.
I guess we better make more.
More Ovaltine shakes, please.
KFWB Dodger Talk is sponsored by Power Toyota Cerritos. On the driver's side, Motel 6. For the lowest rate of any national chain, call 1-800-4-MOTEL-6. And Carino's Italian Grill. Visit Carinos.com for locations near you. Carinos, not your garden variety Italian.
Martin leads from third, and LaRoche drills one into center field. That's going to drop in for a base hit. So Andy LaRoche with an RBI single, and the Dodgers lead it 3-1.
Andy LaRoche today with a base hit and an RBI and a couple of nice fielding plays at third base. I guess as far as 2008 goes, Nomar will start the year as the Dodger third baseman. That, of course, barring an unforeseen deal. But Nomar, from what I understand, Nomar and Ned Colletti have kind of a handshake agreement that Nomar can decline a trade, so he'll either play third base or be one of the more highly paid utility men in baseball. We'll see. Welcome back to Dodger Talk on KFWB News 980. I'm Bob Harvey, and we got a jam-packed bunch of Dodger Talks today, and Dodger callers, I should say. Let's go out to L.A. Andy joins us. Hey, Andy, welcome to Dodger Talk on KFWB.
How you doing, Bob?
I'm good. How are you today?
Okay. Basically, what I wanted to talk about was the Dodger catching situation from this year and how it's going to carry over to next year. Last winter, when they signed Mike Lieberthal as Russell Martin's backup, it was thought hopefully that he would have gotten a little bit more playing time during the course of the year. And hopefully Russell Martin entering September and the pennant stretch wouldn't have been as banged up as he is, besides handling a pitching staff. All the other things that a catcher has to do behind the plate. It shows in his average dip from the time of the All-Star game until now. It's dropped a good 15 points or so because of playing every day. And Lieberthal is played 16 games or something?
Well, actually, Russell Martin, I'll have to look it up to see what his all-star batting average was going into that game. But he's actually I kept it fairly stable the whole year. He's hitting at .299 right now after 2 for 4. But I understand what you're saying. You got to try and get the guy a little more rest, right?
Yes.
Yep.
And what I was thinking is, as far as like the first caller, Lou said, to try and get some help for next year. Now, what I'm going to say is maybe a little radical because it really isn't done that much today for teams to carry 3 catchers on the roster. But the guy I have in mind, if they can get him back, Paul LaDuca. He could play first base, third base, and when he was with the Dodgers, he was starting to play the outfield a little bit.
Yeah, he was playing left field. Well,
right, and what that does, that gives the Dodger bench a little bit more versatility with him being able to play 4 positions, and maybe he's not a Gold Glove at all those positions, but he sure as heck ain't going to embarrass you there either.
Well, no, and Andy, thanks for the call. I just don't think Paul LaDuca would, A, give up a starting job in New York to return to the Dodgers, B, probably even more important than A, I don't think the Mets would be trading LaDuca back to the Dodgers. He's kind of established himself as a Mets fan favorite, and I just couldn't see Paul LaDuca backing up Russell Martin. Martin is a young guy that's going to play a lot, barring injury, and just wouldn't make much sense to get a veteran of LaDuca's caliber to come in and play backup. Dodgers win it today by a score of 7-1. And the Dodgers breaking that 7-game slide that saw them fall out of contention in the National League West. They are hanging on by the chinny chin chin. They're 6 games, actually 5.5 games behind San Diego. So what that means is the next Padre victory or the next Dodger loss, and they are eliminated from wild card contention. And in fact, the Dodgers would have to do a whole bunch of climbing. They'd have to get past Atlanta, Colorado, and Philadelphia to even have a shot at San Diego. So not likely that's going to happen. Dodgers with an off day tomorrow, and then a big 3-game series, bigger, I suppose, for the Colorado Rockies at this point. Begins Tuesday night, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then the Dodgers' final 3 games of the regular season with the Giants, and of course next Sunday is Fan Appreciation Day. The Rockies, by the way, won again today. That's 8 straight victories, and Colorado now a game and a half behind San Diego in the wild card race, and 4 back of Arizona in the National League West. I think it's probably a foregone conclusion that barring a last week collapse, that Arizona is going to win the West, and it's either going to be, in my opinion, one of 3 teams, San Diego, Colorado, or Philadelphia, to go in as the National League wild card. KFWB News Time is 6:01. Time again for traffic on the ones, and here's Doug Dunlap.
Well, Bob, in Santa Fe Springs on the 605 northbound before Telegraph Road, there's a large wooden desk in the right lane, and then a couple of cars apparently have hit it. So we've got a mess on 605 north at Telegraph. Sylmar 210 eastbound past the Golden State Freeway, an injury crash left a car on fire with the 2 left lanes blocked. In Tarzana on the Ventura Freeway eastbound before Reseda Boulevard, an injury wreck. There are 4 cars involved in this. Looks like it's in lanes. In Eagle Rock 134 westbound at the 2, a stalled car. It's actually on the transition road to the northbound 2 from the west 134. In Sylmar, the Golden State northbound before Roxford Street, a big rig and a car colliding. They are clearing it out of the 3 right lanes. And in Montebello, Pomona Freeway westbound at San Gabriel Boulevard, look for a stall in the left lane. Traffic sponsored by Knott's Scary Farm. Dying to get into Knott's Scary Farm? Halloween Haunt starts in 5 days. Save up to $21 with a coupon from participating Burger King restaurants. Get your tickets at Knott's.com or Ticketmaster. Next, KFWB traffic on the ones at 6:11. I'm Doug Dunlap, KFWB News 980.
A paid announcement.
Welcome to the You Should Know Minute, brought to you by Nissan. Things you should know. Things your current truck shouldn't hear. You should know, Nissan doesn't just build trucks that look good. They build trucks that work hard. The full-size 317 horsepower Endurance V8 Nissan Titan has up to 9,500 pounds of towing capacity. The mid-size 261 horsepower V6 Nissan Frontier comes in King Cab, Crew Cab, and Crew Cab Long Bed. All are available with Nissan exclusives. Factory spray-on bed liners to protect the bed from the beating you're going to give it. And Utilitrack, a system of adjustable cleats that lets you lock your gear in tight. You should also know Right now, you can get a whopping $2,000 Nissan cash back plus a $1,000 value truck package savings for a total of $3,000 total savings on the Nissan Frontier. See your Nissan dealer today and experience Nissan quality. 9,500 pounds with King Cab Tow Package. 9,400 pounds with Crew Cab Tow Package. See Nissan Towing Guides for proper use. Cash back when you purchase a new 2007 Nissan Frontier from dealer stock. See dealer for details. Offers end 10/107.
Sit and Sleep presents
You're Killing Me, Larry.
the quieter side of Sit and Sleep, where we talk about all the reasons to shop at Sit and Sleep besides low prices.
Besides low prices? Are you feeling all right, Larry?
I feel fine, Erwin. Everyone already knows that Sit and Sleep has the lowest prices and the largest selection anywhere. What they don't know are all the other things we do to make shopping for a mattress easy and less confusing.
I'm confused, Larry. You haven't screamed the word sale in over 10 seconds.
Did you know only Sit and Sleep offers the latest in sleep technology? It's called Body Diagnostics. All you do is lie down on a special mattress containing hundreds of sensors. Within seconds, a computer scientifically calculates your unique body profile and recommends just the right mattress for you. Ow! Why are you pinching me, Erwin?
To make sure you're the real Larry Miller and not an alien.
Ow, stop it. And remember, Sit and Sleep will beat anyone's advertised price.
Or your mattress is free.
Sure, everyone likes a tidy yard. But do you really need to use the hose to clean off the sidewalks and the driveway? That may make it look nice and shiny for a few minutes, but in the time it takes to hose everything off, you could save a few bucks and up to 18 gallons of water every minute just by using a broom instead. Hey, think of it as a free workout. So please, do everyone a favor. Don't hose California. It's time to get serious about using less water, especially now. California's main water sources have been severely impacted by record dry conditions, and we're already using our reserves to supply our everyday water. Our water situation is serious, but you can help. Just go to BeWaterWise.com to find lots of easy ways to conserve water. BeWaterWise.com, because it's time to get serious about using less water. A message from the Metropolitan Water District of Southern California.
KFWB Dodger Talk is sponsored by the new AT&T Tapatio Hot Sauce. Tap into the taste of Tapatio. StubHub.com. Sold out, so what? To order your Dodger tickets today, visit StubHub.com or call 1-866-StubHub. And the California Earthquake Authority, who would like to remind you that every day is earthquake season in California. Are you prepared?
Here's the 3-1 line drive, right field. Base hit for Chin Lung Hu. And LaRoche rounding third, coming home. The throw cut off by Clark. An RBI single for Chin Lung Hu. And the Dodgers lead 6-1.
Dodgers went young today with their lineup and defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks 7-1. Juan Pierre, the graybeard in the lineup, went 4 for 4 today. To raise his average to 294. Dodgers 7 runs, 15 hits, and no errors. And for the Diamondbacks, 1-5-1. And you know, it is truly remarkable that the Dodgers are not in the midst of this playoff hunt. When you look at some of the averages of the starters today, Juan Pierre, 294, Matt Kemp, 333, James Loney, 331, Russell Martin, 299, Andre Ethier, 289, of course, a day off today for Jeff Kent and Luis Gonzalez and Nomar Garcia-Parra. But I guess the key is the Dodgers have gotten the hits, but they just did not get the hits with runners in scoring position, and that's going to go down as one of the footnotes to this 2007 season. We welcome you back to Dodger Talk on KFWB News 980. I'm Bob Harvey, and we get back to the phones. Next up is Patrick from L.A. Patrick, welcome to Dodger Talk. How are you today?
Hi, Bob. I just wanted to call in because I thought it was a pretty bad move today when Grady Little took out Chad Billingsley.
Oh, you would have liked to see Billingsley go a little longer?
Well, I mean, he loaded the bases, and then he came back and struck out the next batter. I didn't understand why he'd take him out after that.
Well, it could be...
I mean, he was under 100 pitches.
Right, yeah, I was going to say...
our best pitcher in the second half.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe it had something to do with pitch count. Let's see, when they took him out, the Dodgers had a 5-0 lead. So, in this case, I'll cut Grady some slack. I think that maybe maybe he just erred on the side of caution, knew that Billingsley had thrown near 100 pitches and knew that Billingsley had the victory if the Dodgers could hang on to that 5-0 lead. So I think it was okay. I've had bigger problems with Grady pulling pitchers this year, but I can understand where you might wonder why he didn't let him pitch a little longer.
Well, another thing was I think that Juan Pierre should have been leading off all year. I mean, Furcal wasn't doing much. He wasn't stealing any bases. I didn't understand why they'd have him leading off.
Well, and
Juan Pierre, he's more of a leadoff hitter than Furcal is.
Well, and Patrick, thank you for the call, and I agree with you. I think that in hindsight, of course, that's always great to have it, but Juan Pierre probably should have been hitting leadoff, especially given the fact that Furcal tweaked his ankle in spring training and never was 100%. The ankle never did heal, and then late in the year he had a problem with his back. So, if you don't have a healthy Rafael Furcal, then yes, you got to put Juan Pierre there at the top of the order. I totally agree. Next caller is our good buddy Raul from Fontana. How you doing, my friend?
Hey, Bob, how you doing today?
I'm doing excellent. How you doing out there in the 909?
Oh, pretty good, Bob. Man, it was good to see a victory today, and especially by, such a wide margin. And, you told us the other night do our homework and, about the starting lineup. And
right.
I didn't even have to do it. I think that's the lineup I'd like to see in a couple of years, if you ask me, Bob.
2009, they were saying this is going to be the Dodger lineup, of course, barring a trade or something like that. But, yeah, I thought, who I continue to be impressed with, Raul, is Tony Abreu. I really like him.
Oh, yeah, I like the way he comes out, Bob, and we missed him for a good portion of the season, and I wish he was there throughout the season because I like his aggressiveness out on the field and on the plate. I just wanted to bring out, Bob, everybody's talking about trades and this and that, and, I strongly believe, that the Dodgers are a team of tradition, and nowadays all the organizations in Major League Baseball are all about commission. It's not about tradition no more, unfortunately.
Right, that's a good point.
And the thing is that, we just got to give it some time. I mean, I think a lot of people are upset about the Randy Wolf and the Jason Schmidt being out and all this money that was spent. And Juan Pierre finally came around these last few months, and it was good to see Juan Pierre, and unfortunately, we didn't get to see him in the starting role, at the top of the order. But, it's a chance game. It's a, game of chance out there with baseball. But next year, it's kind of, everything's up in the air, if you ask me about next year. Yeah,
it really is. And thanks for the call, Raul. You're going to call us again, right, before the end of the year?
Oh, definitely, Bob.
All right, man. Take care.
You too, Bob.
All right. That's going to be probably, the big message in the off season is a lot more questions than we have answers for right now. And is it going to be a youth movement? What happens to Jeff Kent? Does he decide to come back? Gonzo, I think it's pretty safe to say will be working elsewhere next year. What about Nomar? Is Andy LaRoche ready? I mean, a ton of questions facing the Dodgers in the off season, and I think it's going to be a pretty interesting one for the Dodgers and Dodger fans. KFWB News Time is 6:11. That's time for traffic on the ones, and once again, we check in with Doug Dunlap.
All right, Bob, West Covina, San Bernardino Freeway westbound before Azusa Avenue. They have cleared a stall out of the center divider in the left lane. Now it's on the right shoulder. Fountain Valley, the 405 northbound before Magnolia Street. A tire and several bags of trash are all scattered around the middle lanes. Tarzana on the Ventura Freeway eastbound before Reseda Boulevard. A 4-car injury crash. Everything's now on the right shoulder. Hollywood Freeway northbound at Silver Lake Boulevard. We have an accident that has things slow from Alvarado. Silmar, the Foothill Freeway eastbound, just past the 5. We had an earlier car fire. They're still dealing with that, trying to get the remains out of the 2 left lanes. And Santa Fe Springs, 605 northbound before Telegraph Road. That's where we had a large wooden desk sitting in the right lane. It has been hit by at least 2 cars. Next, KFWB traffic on the ones at 6:21. I'm Doug Dunlap, KFWB News 980.
It's back, and it's bigger than ever. The Toyota Tent Event. We make it easy, oh so easy. Toyota's final 07 clearance is going on now at all 58 dealers in Southern California. Get $3,000 factory cash back or 1.9% financing on a new 07 Sequoia. Choose $2,500 cash back or 0 APR on a new 07 4Runner. There's even $1,500 cash back on a new 07 Sienna.
We make it easy on you.
Hurry! Wherever you see tents, you'll see savings. Choose factory cashback offers or low financing. Vehicles must be purchased or leased from new car dealer stock by midnight 10/2/07. Limited term financing through Toyota Financial Services to qualified Tier 1 and Tier 2 credit customers only. Offers cannot be combined. It's Toyota's biggest tent event ever. Going on now at your Southern California Toyota dealer. Toyota, moving forward.
Hi, this is Rick Monday, and I want to tell you about my friends at Nissan of Downtown L.A. I recently got my Murano from Nissan of Downtown L.A., and it is the place to go for your new Nissan. Nissan of Downtown L.A. is in hot pursuit of becoming the #1 Nissan store in L.A. and currently celebrating their bottom line model year-end sales event with extravagant savings on Nissan products, Altima, Versa, and Sentra. Also right now, Nissan of Downtown L.A. has rebates up to $5,000 on select new Nissan products, 0.9% APR financing, and no payments for 90 days. Nissan of Downtown L.A. is moving out all 2007 models in stock and drastically reducing pricing. So before you buy or lease a new Nissan, call Nissan of Downtown L.A. at 323-4NISSAN, located on the corner of Figueroa and Washington, just south of Staples Center. Call Nissan of Downtown L.A. today at 323-4NISSAN. That's 323-4NISSAN.
Automated Finance introduces its 97% solution. If you've paid your mortgage on time or have had some late due to unforeseen documental circumstances, we may be able to help. Call 877-520-DEBT or click 520debt.com. With loan to values as high as 97% rate term and cash out as high as 95%, we may be able to put you into a 30-year fixed mortgage as low as 5.5%. Loan amount restrictions, however, do apply, and you must be able to document your income. Call to see if you qualify. 877-520-DEBT or click 520debt.com. Single families, condos, units, and double wides with fixed foundations may qualify. Combine your first and second mortgages or refinance that soon-to-be adjusting first mortgage. Pay off those non-deductible debts. Get the security of a great fixed-rate first mortgage. Don't let the American dream become your nightmare. Refinance. Call 877-520-DEBT or click 520debt.com. Automated Finance, a housing and urban development approved lender, licensed by the Department of Corporations. Actual APR varies with closing costs.
KFWB Dodger Talk is sponsored by Concord Law. Change your career path by just 1 degree. And Bank of America, the official bank of Major League Baseball. And by the County of Los Angeles, who reminds you to recycle your car's used motor oil and filter. Zero waste. You make it happen.
The Dodgers get back in the win column today as they avoid a sweep at the hands of the Arizona Diamondbacks, winning 7-1. Dodgers pounded out 15 hits. Juan Pierre had 4 of them. James Loney had 3, and a 2-hit day for Russell Martin as well. Day off tomorrow, then the Dodgers begin a 3-game series with the Colorado Rockies, who are playing lights-out baseball. The Rockies have won 8 in a row. Time now for the Croton Trivia Contest. Who was the Dodger outfielder who made 3 errors in 1 inning during the 1966 World Series? Be listening tomorrow morning during the 8 a.m. hour, and if you're the right caller with the right answer, you will win a Croton watch. Croton crafting fine watches since 1878. Visit online at crotonwatch.com, and for retailers, call 1-800-443-7639. And it is time now for the Go Metro home run call of the night. When you want to beat the traffic, go Metro.
Here goes Pierre. There's a fly ball deep down the right field line. If it's fair, it's going to be a home run. It is fair, and it's a home run for James Loney. Into the Dodger bullpen down the right field line. Loney's 13th home run of the season. 3 for 3 today. It's a 2-run shot, and the Dodgers lead 5-1.
And James Loney proving a point. He's got the power stroke, 13 home runs on the year. Loney today, 3 for 5, 331 batting average, and impressive. I don't know if you saw last night's game, but he hit that foul ball that bounced up and caught him directly on the cheekbone. You could still see the redness today, and he stayed in the game last night, came back today with a big game as the Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks by a score of 7-1. And again, in case you missed the earlier update, the Colorado Rockies 4 of Arizona in the West, and the Rockies just a game and a half behind San Diego. Philadelphia just a half game behind the Padres. Looks like a 3-team scramble. San Diego, Philadelphia, and Colorado trying to decide who's going to be the wild card winner in the National League. And we're back in a minute to wrap up Dodger Talk.
Aflac for Small Business presents today's Small Business Tip. Did you know that the United States Small Business Administration, or SBA, administers loan programs designed specifically to accommodate the financial needs of small business owners? And they're not alone. There are programs and organizations to help in many other aspects of your business as well. This Small Business Tip was brought to you by Aflac for Small Business, providing insurance value for your small business. To find out more on this topic and other small business tips, go to aflacsb.com.
Former Hershey syrup users are telling us why they switched to Rich Chocolate Ovaltine.
I was looking for something more nutritious for the kids because they drink a lot of chocolate milk. I never really thought about Ovaltine until we went to my mother-in-law's house. Now, that's all we drink. I even got my mom to try Ovaltine. She was a die-hard Hershey syrup person. She was here watching the kids, so she had to drink Rich Chocolate Ovaltine. She loved the Ovaltine taste. Now she drinks it too.
Ovaltine. Try it for the nutrition. Keep buying it for the taste.
More Ovaltine, please!
As always, we appreciate all the calls we get to Dodger Talk. You make the show, and very much appreciated. Thanks, too, to our KFWB Dodger Talk team, A. Martinez, Josh Cumming, our studio producer, Joe Franciosi. Traffic from Doug Dunlap, and the news provided by Michael Chappé. Say Chavez, the guru, is at the editor's desk. I'm Bob Harvey, and we'll see you Tuesday night after the Dodgers and Rockies right here on KFWB.
You've been listening to KFWB Dodger Talk with your host, Bob Harvey, on your home for news, traffic, Dodgers, KFWB.
Dodgers Radio, KFWB, WB, 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 WB.